Hey guys, welcome to the week that was. Today is actually Monday the 10th. We were so exhausted yesterday, we just didn't have it in us, did we, Tani, to do the week that was?
Struggled doing the Sunday singers, to be honest with you.
We did, but the guys needed to have their Sunday singers, and could you imagine telling Kevin or Scooby that no Sunday singers this week, boys? I think there'd be a riot.
Yeah, they would have been heartbroken.
Imagine that on the TV. Dogs riot over no Sunday singers. But it was, I think you put the video up yesterday. Did you even get the bit where I got pooped on?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, here's our week that was. It's been crazy and hectic. Here's praying for a quieter week. Tani is on her technically her
It's
Friday.
my Friday, yep.
I hate her so much. Anyway, let's talk about the week that was. So some of the things that we've been up to this week, we want to say a big thank you to Jason, Gregory and Christy, his partner. We had a situation where we had done some assisted rehoming a while ago in regards to a very emaciated dog. And we ended up finding him a new home, and we put it in, we assisted with our SPCA and ourselves, we got the dog into a new home. Roll forward, the people had actually split up, and the gentleman ended up moving, and while he was trying to move, he left everything here while he went up and got settled in. The problem that we had was that his ex wasn't happy that she had the dog still, and she tried to call a ranger and say, look, I found a stray. It was only that when she gave the ranger the paperwork, the desexing paperwork, is like, I don't think this is a stray, that we realised, one, it was a domestic. Now, we quite often get dragged into domestics in this game. We get dragged into neighbourly disputes as well. People will take someone's animal, either put it in the pound or they'll drive it to another pound, just to make things a little bit difficult for the owner. And it doesn't help the poor animal. So in this case, we had an ex that wanted the dog gone, and we had the owner of the dog wanting the dog, but obviously couldn't get back down to get it. So we put the big call out and we asked, look, could somebody do some transporting? So Jason and Christy, thank you so much, put their hand up and said, we'd love to do it. So not only did they take Cujo up there, they also took the gentleman's bike and some possessions up. So you couldn't even ask anything more from those guys. They really went out of their way. And it wasn't just like an hour or two trip. It was like a good 12-hour probably round trip for those guys. So thank you so much, guys. We also want to say a big thank you to some other people. The names do escape me at the moment because I didn't have anything to do with that one, but we had a call out from a rescue group to say, look, we need to transport 2 shepherds. Any chance you could put it on your page so that we can get some help? And Janine did that, and we will actually thank them properly on our Thankful Thursday. But again, Janine put the call out for that, and some beautiful people came forward to say, yep, we'll go get them and transport them. So sometimes it does take a village to help people solve their problems, and we're very lucky that we've got a very great village behind us. So thanks so much. Sometimes we get some dogs in here, or animals, and that we are like, oh, I just want to grab that animal and I want to squish that animal. Tani missed out on the biggest squish ever.
I'm so devastated, guys.
Yep. We had 2 dogs come in, and they came in with double ranges, everything like that. They were massive, and of course they were very happy at first to come in. So unfortunately they had to come in on some poles, just for the safety of the rangers, but we soon got them off the poles. And my God, one of the dogs, the girls were saying to me, what do you reckon that dog weighs, Dee? And I said, oh, that's a 70-kilo dog. 77.3 kilos. The head was like this.
I'm so devastated, guys.
And I thought, oh, she's missing it, because Tani loves her big dogs. But Janine, I think, was getting selfies. We just loved him. He's such a big, gentle giant. And even the Roddy that he came in with, she was gorgeous too. And I think she was around the 35 kilo mark. So there's some animals that come in that you just like, oh my word, I've just got to get a cuddle with that dog or a cuddle with that kitten. You just can't help it. And I'm happy to say that I didn't miss out.
The very first thing Don said to me, you should have seen the dog that came in yesterday. I'm like, why?
We knew that she'd be devastated. And I said to Don, come on, let's get him on the scales. And we got 3 legs on, and it already topped 70 kilos then. And there's me with the 4th leg, like, when he's sort of like trying to balance on the scales. And I'm like, she is so missing out on this. He was just beautiful. I had to bribe him with a treat to get that 4th leg on, because I just couldn't get it there on my own. So anyway, have a look at this big baby. Now, we've had a few frustrating moments with Rubble. He's perfect in the home, and we've had a few meet and greets for him at the facility, and they've just not gone well, have they? No. Tani said to me, look, I think we're going to have to make him an only dog, Dee. We'd had a chat to Pete about it, and we said, look, I think we're going to have to change his profile. Next thing you know, Pete's sending me a video of Rubble at the beach. He's off with this dog, he's off with that dog, he's walking with the neighbour's dog. It just really shows how much being in a facility can impact some animals. Because look at this video of the big bullhead. Do you think he could behave here with a meet and greet? Nope, he blows it every single time. But you can't fault him on these videos. So, something we have to work on, I think.
Good boy. Good boy. Rubble, come on. Good boy. Too bad, is that? Good boy.
Morning.
Good morning. Good boy.
This week we've had some sadness. It's really sort of rocked us a little bit. So we had one of our kittens get adopted, and we sent him in for desexing. When he came back, he wasn't himself, and that's quite common, you know. If you've had surgery, you actually understand it knocks you around. But usually by the next day, most animals are starting to pick up, and, you know, by day 3, they're definitely doing okay. We noticed straight on very early that Colby wasn't doing very well, and we had taken him back to the vets. They gave him a convenient needle, and they said, look, if he doesn't improve in the next 24 hours, bring him back. 24 hours later, Don said to me, Dee, I think he's going to pass away. We raced him to the vet, and I got a phone call from the vet and Don to say, look, he's deteriorating. And our vet said to us, look, I think he's suffering, Dee. He said there's only a few things that can explain the quick deterioration of this cat. One of them was FIP, and he said, look, I really do think it's FIP, dry form. As soon as he said that, I knew straight away there was no hope. There's just no cure for it, even though there's trials. And I've had cats that have had FIP and they've gone down to Sydney for trials, and you know, thousands and thousands of dollars have been spent, and unfortunately they've never survived the trials. And we had to make a hard decision to put him to sleep. So it's really rocked us, because, you know, we'd rather them not be born than to go through these things. And he is from a hoarding house, and they do live their life on streets. Even as a baby kitten, they're on the street. And it's been a household that I've been trying to work with for many years. I've got several of them. These poor little babies shouldn't pay the price. You know, just get your animals desexed. I'd rather them not be born than holding their paws to go to sleep. It really shattered us. And you know, of course, and then we had the next step of having to call the owner and letting her know that unfortunately we had to cancel the adoption, that he was just too sick, and unfortunately we just can't allow him to suffer. And he deteriorated very rapidly, which was, you know, really disappointing for him. So anyway, rest in peace, baby Colby. Following on with a little bit more heartache, we have a cat here called Melmo. And Melmo he's about 10 years old, and he's not going too well. He's been dropping weight. We've had him at multiple vets, and we've had second opinions and stuff like that, and we've spent a great deal of money trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with Melmo. Most affectionate little boy, isn't he, Tara?
Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah. He just wants to smooch you. He's got so much love. He's even been trying to get one of the not-so-friendly cats today to love him.
Mm-hmm. Unsuccessful, I'm afraid.
Unsuccessful. He gave it his best shot, though.
He did.
But tomorrow he's going to be going in for exploratory surgery, because his liver is deteriorating. So we need to get to the bottom of whether or not it's cancer or what's going on. Is it anything that can be fixed? So we will be having to run a bit of a freedom buster for Melmo. We've been quoted $11.99 to $1,700 for the operation, and thankfully Motto Farm is doing that for that's Morpeth Vets is doing that. We have had other quotes from other vets around, and they range from $3,000 to $4,000. So we are very lucky that Morpeth have come in. Unfortunately, our two main vets is Morpeth and Motto. Both of them are very, very busy at the moment. It's really hard to get animals in. So we did get a quote from a third person, and that was sort of around the $4,000. But thankfully, the guys from Morpeth, squeezed Melmo in there, and Motto was able to squeeze more desexing in for us, and of course they were looking after baby Colby for us. So, you know, we are blessed to have fantastic vets, and so, you know, we want to be able to do everything we can for these guys when they come in. So we do need to raise about $1,700. So we'll do a fundraiser for Melmo, and if you can spare anything, please consider. I mean, he's so deserving. A little bit of backstory on Melmo. His mother came to us about 10 years ago. A gentleman, she wandered into his yard looking for food to be able to feed her babies. They were born Um, she wandered into their yard, and sorry, I can feel myself ready to cry. He hated cats. He picked her up by her tail, swung her around, and hit her against the trailer. Broke her back. Paralysed her, and she crawled all the way back to her babies, dragged her little body back to feed her babies. Of course, me being me, I took it further and I had him charged. And I followed it all the way through court. There was witnesses and everything like that. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. He got away with it. But not before, I think, lots of members of the public jumped on the bandwagon and made sure that they let him know how unhappy they were, because it was all in the media what he'd done. And he did want to actually lodge complaints, because for some reason people kept leaving dog poo and cat poo in his letterbox and on his car and his house. And
the least he deserves.
Yeah. But she ended up passing away from her injuries. There was nothing we could do. She fought a very long battle, and Melmo, as a reminder of how courageous that girl was in regards to animal cruelty. He survived. He took a bit of a brunt of it as well. So all the kittens ended up being rehomed, but Melmo didn't. And we ended up deciding that he'd have a home with the rescue, with us and everything like that. So little Melmo is not doing so well, so we really want to fight for him. We couldn't fight for his mum. We gave it our best shot, but we're definitely going to be fighting for him. So tomorrow he's going to go in and we're going to find out what's going on with that little boy. But here's some photos of him. We've had some great adoptions this week, Tani.
Absolutely.
So we'll start with our adoptions. So little Sully and Boo, they were Honey and Bear's siblings that came back from the other rescue. We had the three musketeers. Charlie is still looking for a home, but Sully and Boo have got homes. Our beautiful Luna girl, our good riddance dog, also found her home. And then we also had some cat adoptions. So we had Kiki, Gidget, Doc, Truffles, and then there's a couple of special ones that I want to talk about. So Thuggy has now become Huggy Bear. So Thuggy was one of our barn cats, and he went out on trial under a foster arrangement. They've made that official. Our other cat, Callie, now she came from 100+ cat home, and she was wild as wild. And obviously the beautiful Pat and Sue have been working miracles, and Callie got herself adopted this week. Now, Callie's been with us since the 1st of May 24, and she got adopted on the 9th of February. So as you can see, we don't give up on these animals. We don't take the easy way out, and it's taken a long time, but she got into a home and we couldn't be happier. Now recently on the weekend we also had a little baby kitten come in, and you'll see the video of her. She's actually down, I had her down my top trying to keep her warm, because she came in under a public school. She was found under a public school. No mum, no siblings in sight. Very dehydrated. We were very lucky that one of our cat rescue partners has taken her into thing, and they've named her Dove. So Dove's gone off to rescue, and another rescue save was Tiki took on our pups that were left at the gate. Now they're with a fabulous carer called Bee. She's very experienced with bottle feeding. We did manage to get them to start lapping, so we saved Bee having to bottle feed, but she's still got some hard yards in her when you're taking on puppies, and I believe they've been named after the minions. So big thank you to 9 Lives Cat Rescue and to Tiki for coming on board and doing some rescues from us. And then congratulations to all our adoption family. Guys, another day and we've just had another delivery. This time it's a little baby kitten that's been found at a public school. The staff have been looking everywhere for mum, and they've been looking for any part of the litter, and they can't. They've only just found this one little baby.
Where is it?
It's in its pouch.
Oh,
Yes. So
can't tell.
I'm actually wearing the baby. I've just fed it.
Side on view.
It was very, very dehydrated.
Bit odd shaped, yes.
Yeah, but I'll
Going in,
just see if we can.
having a close up of Dee.
I know. I hope
I'll
I
be very
don't.
careful with
I
my
hope I
videoing.
don't divulge too much. But
Oh, no.
can you see it?
Kitten's giving you a modesty curtain there.
Look at
Beautiful.
that.
Suits you.
So I've got a friend of mine coming from a cat rescue, and she's amazing. She's got some of our nursing mums, so we're going to be able to get this little one straight onto a nursing mum. And she's also got a humidity crib as well, so like an incubator type thing. So she's on her way to come and get her or him. I haven't actually really had a close look. I think it might be a little boy because there's a bit of a gap there, but it's so tiny. It's a little bit hard to tell. But unfortunately, they can't find it. We can't find its mum, and they've been looking all day. So anyway,
Well, you wouldn't know. You had it.
Yes, and I've fed it. I've fed the poor little bugger.
Very cute. And there's a big storm coming, so it
There
wouldn't
is
have
a
been
storm
safe.
coming, so goodness knows what would have happened to the poor little thing. But I don't know what it is about this last couple of days. I seem to be using a lot of formula again.
Yeah. Mother hen.
I am. I've been nursemaid. But anyway,
Lovely.
it's
Alright.
all about the animals.
It is, and that's a very cute one.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Look.
Going in again.
Can you see?
Oh, yes. Sleeping very well.
I know.
Very cute. All right.
Listening to my heartbeat. So this weekend's been a very busy weekend for us, hasn't it, Tani?
Oh my lord. Yep.
So on Saturday we had a free microchipping day at Dungog, and that took us about 50 minutes away from here.
Yep.
And so off we went. There was Tani, myself, and there was Shannon from the Office of Local Government. So we all loaded into the van for our big trip to Dungog. We wanted to get over there and do some free microchipping. Unfortunately, on our way there, we had to pull off the road. We saw a kangaroo, didn't look very well, and we thought that kangaroo's been hurt. And I said to the guys, we're going to have to stop and help. We can't just keep going. We need to help this kangaroo. There was a motorist that was actually pulled over, and she was trying to get wires on the phone, but
Yeah.
at that stage she couldn't get them on the phone. So we gave chase, and he was very badly injured. So I missed him on the first attempt, but I did get him on the second. And we put him in one of our dog crates, and Tani and Shannon and I got him over to Dungog Vet. Unfortunately, the vet, Stephen, we want to say a big shout out to Dungog Vet. They were fabulous. They got us in straight away.
Yeah, they were wonderful.
They were just amazing. Unfortunately, Stephen found that the kangaroo had a shattered pelvis and a broken tail. And it did appear that he'd been hit maybe the night before or a couple of days earlier, because some of the wounds had already started to dry up and scab over a bit. but unfortunately he was in horrendous pain with that broken pelvis. So we stayed with him until he grew his wings as well. So poor Shannon didn't know us from a bar of soap. There's me and Tani crying our eyes out that we couldn't save a kangaroo.
Blubbering in the corner,
We
the
were
vet's office.
blubbering, we were trying to clean the blood office, and we've rang the Dungog Ranger and said, we're running late. We just have to get this animal tended to. We just couldn't allow it to suffer. So Tani has named him Miles, and another baby gone too soon, and rest in peace, baby boy. Our day at Dungog was quite successful. We had a steady stream, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so we were quite proud of our efforts over there. Sunday.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, God. It was, both were the same duration, 10 till 2. We had a big giant lineup, which you'll see, and the day never stopped. I think by 2:15, Tani's like, can we shut the gate? And we're like, yes.
Yeah, I was way done by then.
Yes, we were so tired. There was myself, Tani, and Ranger Brett microchipping, and poor old Shannon. We stuck her at a table. We had her doing all the paperwork for everybody getting their animals microchipped, and poor Shannon wasn't able to do half the stuff that we needed her to do because she was just kept busy too. But she did tell us she enjoyed it very much. Crazy woman.
Glad she enjoyed it. Goodness me.
But we're very happy to say we microchipped and identified over 100 odd animals.
Yeah, it was,
that
and
day.
so many of them were cats. It was amazing.
Yeah. So we are very proud of the public. We also had a lot of giveaways for the public as well. And one of the things Shannon said to me, you're very passionate about what you do, and not only do you care about the animals, you actually do care about the people. And I said, we do. We actually do. So we had food, we had water buckets, we had blankets, we had towels. We gave every dog a bandana. We gave away cooling mats. We gave away collars, shampoo, poo bags,
Treats.
dog treats, cat treats. We really just wanted to help where we could, and I felt that it was a very successful day.
Mm-hmm.
Very tiring,
Mm-hmm.
but we're very, very happy for it, you know. And the thing is about this is it's protecting the animals. I know that everybody thinks it's about revenue raising. I can't tell you how many times our rangers take animals back in the field, unregistered, and just say to the guys, you just need to get your animal registered, we'll give you X amount of time frame. It's not about revenue raising. It's about getting those animals off the street, out of a pound, or from coming into a pound back home to you. And it also protects you, where we get exactly what happened to us the other day. We had a Kelpie come in. It came from a different LGA, and it was actually taken well and truly out of its LGA as an unknown stray. And we see this all the time where people do this sort of stuff. It's about safeguarding your animals, actually, and about protecting them, you know. And you think if your animal got hit by, say your animal did get out and it got hit by a car, you would certainly want that phone call so you could be with your animal or make those vital decisions for your animal, that you're consulted, that somebody says, oh no, let's put it down, we can't get hold of an owner. You might be like us and want that decision to be able to be yours and not somebody else's. You might want to hold that animal's paw. God knows I do. I want to be there with my animal. So, you know, it's about a lot of things. So, you know, if your animal isn't microchipped, please, guys, please get it microchipped, you know. We're always there willing to help. And I guess if you're not in our area, your local pounds and vets and stuff would love to do it for you as well. So anyway, we are tired.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't quite recovered.
Mm-mm.
So So my desk is actually a big shambles. I'm actually hiding it behind posters and stuff like that.
You should have. I went away for 2 seconds. The whole desk was covered in paperwork, and I come back. I was like, "Where did you put all of that?" She's
And
like,
I said under there,
"Down there."
and I've covered it with a poster, aptly so. And I went, this is a good size poster. It covers a lot.
Yep.
Not only does it send a clear message, it covers my paperwork. So anyway, guys, that's the week that was. See you next week. Bye for now.